Hello, fellow old school players. So, after I got home from the match in Højbjerg, I hooked up with Jens Ole for some games at his place, and there's a roll-off here. He's on Berserk-Atog, and he was at the tournament in Esbjerg as well, but we never met, and we haven't played before with these particular decks. And he's getting a bit of help. He looks like he has 4 hands, but he's getting a bit of help from his daughter here, Agnes, who's 5 years old. You can never start too young. So they put out a Blackwise, 4-armed creature, and we take a bunch of damage, but at least we have a Soul Ring in hand. Okay, and the Berserk-Atog deck is actually a homebrew variant of the... Oh, that's mean. Blackwise Anchor of Mishra combination, turn 2. Oh, well, it's a variant of the blue-red usual Atog setup, but it uses green for Berserks to get those Atogs to go freak and just get in for a bunch of damage with trample. So that's the second Anchor of Mishra. That's a lot of artifact damage early on here. Now, if I put down a land, I take 4 points of damage, and if I don't, the Blackwise will kill me. That's awesome. It's really mean. At least we have a white mana out. Okay, there's an Underground Season. Now I have one of each color, and there's a Jusum Djinn. So I sort of feel like that always puts a lot of headache on people when they don't play white, because he has to get 2 red mana sources and double bolt it in order to get rid of it. But it does damage me as well. Okay, so he wheels, and I had a bunch of land, a strip mine, and an underwood dreams. That puts me into that Blackwise range again, and I can't really play any lands, or if I do, it's like it hurts. So all I gotta hope here is that I draw into some disenchants. So Agnes puts down the green mucks and an extra land. So now he has two red mana. And he lightning bolts me. Okay, so it seems like he is trying to go in for the kill instead of removing that Jusum Djinn. So I'm at 3 life here. Okay, so in my untap phase, I gotta get rid of that Blackwise. I mean, I'd like to get rid of the Anchors of Mishra as well, but pick your poison, you know. I can't put down any more lands, but at least I'm not dying from having a full hand. So that Jusum Djinn needs to work overtime at this point. Just a single bolt will kill me, or failing that, the Jusum will kill me. So we are 3 life, and he can take 3 attacks. So he shatters the Soul Ring in order to hold me back. That makes sense. Now I can't put down a Sinkia Vampire. I can't put down the land, obviously. I'm at 2 life, and he's at 6 life. So who draws the first bolt here? Oh, and I time walk. I'm at 1 life. This is insane. Okay, going in, and now he's at 1 life. Look at this. It's just stupid. Okay, at least I had a Swords to Plowshares in hand in order to kill my own Jusum Djinn so I could get 5 life, and then I could put down another Jusum Djinn. I could also do it as a response to a lightning bolt, but that really came down to the wire. An evil start with that Blackwise into double Anchors of Mishra. And Agnes here is a bit fascinated with sushis. I can understand that. It's a fun artwork. So this is the second game of the set, and we are sideboarding here. I think I put in a couple of blue blasts and 3 energy fluxes. Perhaps a disc as well, because I don't know if he'll use blood moons. And I've sideboarded out all my spectres because he's got so much burn, they're not even worth it. And I've sideboarded out my bolts as well, lightning bolts, because I seem to remember all these creatures are, it's either an Atog or it's sushis and things with a toughness of 4 and more. I don't know if he plays with Serendipity Freeds. I don't think he does. I think he has the green splash instead. So he starts out. I think I've mulliganed down to 6 cards here. I don't mind mulliganing when I'm against so many black wises. There's a black wise again. That's another black wise. Okay. So he's teaching Agnes to how to put them down. She's very eager. Oh, look at this. That's the reason I remember now. The reason I kept that hand was because of that opening Library of Alexandria. It's sort of a brain fart. I totally forgot that he played with black wises, and this is just a horrible start. The Library of Alexandria will not allow me to play any colored mana, and the only other mana I have in hand is a Mistress Factory. Okay, so I drew into a Badlands, but the starting hand only had a Mistress Factory and a Library of Alexandria. So I Mind Twist him for 1. What can you do? I really miss my Dark Rituals at this point. They were so great at with emptying my hand fast on the black wises. But at least it's 2 points of less damage, I suppose. And I took a card from him as well. Not the best use of a Mind Twist, but what can you do? So I'm in luck and draw into an Underground Sea. So this is all just about getting rid of my hand, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him in order to get under that black wise range. And I'm already at 10 life here. So those black wises, they have really been worth their weight in gold. Okay, that's brutal. I put down an energy flux and look at his board state. It just wrecks him. It's all mana, even the mocks, and he can't pay for any of it. So that's a clean slate. So the tables have really turned here. Now I can ancestral without those black wises and get into lower range again. So I attack him. I'm not at lower range at this point. I can't remember how many cards I have in hand. Probably 6. So luckily he gets a bit of a breath of fresh air here and gets a City of Brass. That's probably the best card he could get at this point because it mana fixes him the most. So now he can bolt and do all sorts of stuff. So we put down an Underworld Dreams instead of attacking. That's the Library of Alexandria. That's a pretty nifty pick as well, because he probably has a full hand at this point. So he can stay alive with that City of Brass and actually get into range, but he puts down an attack. I think he should go for the library range at this point because he has nothing to feed the attack with and he can't get anything out. And I'm within library range now. And that attack will not block the factory anyway. It's the City of Brass that will block me. Okay. And okay, I like to strip mine his City of Brass here. I thought that was the correct play because now he can't stop my factory. And well, it mana fixes him the most. He's allowed to draw some cards with that library getting burned by the Underworld Dreams. I just need to get a big beater out now and he can't Source to Plowshare it, like a Jusum Jin or a Singe Vampire. That would be a coup de grace, as they say. But we don't get either of them, so we just attack with the factory, I suppose. Oh, scratch that. Okay, we got one. So now he hits a Mace of Ith at 2 red mana sources. Oh, he's doomed. It's real mana trouble here. He puts down a strip mine. Just a bunch of colors, man. At least he can relieve some of the the threat against him with removing that factory. But he has only 2 rounds that he can take at Yusum Jin. So he actually only has one more draw step. It was a bit unlucky of him that he, with such a brutal opening, that he was mana screwed like that he couldn't follow up. It's like the worst combination that I kept a hand without mana but with a Library of Alexandria, and he had 2 Black Vices opening hand. Okay, so I just blue blast the Atog, and I do this in order to just get in with the with the Yusum Jin. Now this, okay, that's game. The good old combination of draw 7 and Underworld Dreams. So that was extremely lucky on my part that my blunder didn't lead into a defeat, I suppose. And I'm actually starting to feel bad at this point because Arne sits there. His Insol's secret weapon. It was the first foray into Magic, and they could have very easily won both those games actually. But yeah, it's the luck of the draw sometimes. And I don't think she's there anymore. No, they put her to bed, but she took it like a champ. I mean, she wasn't that into the game mechanics of it. She liked the pictures, and she wants to learn how to play it, and I think that's awesome. I have a couple of kids myself. I should probably try to indoctrinate them more. At least this inspired me. Okay, sorry, back to the game. He starts out, and I think I mulligan again. So there are no Black Vices and no Anks of Mithra at this point. But we both have a factory. He can attack with his, and I can't. Actually, I can't really tap myself to pump. So he could attack and just get in, as he has the marks. But he ancestrals before his sister, and there's a second factory. So now he's, and the sushi, so now he's really on the offensive here. With a nice card advantage and 2 factories and a sushi out. And I'm mana screwed. I get the Mox Ruby, and I elect it. I can't really do anything with the sushi at this point, and I elect just to try to hit his hand before anything else gets down. He has so much mana now. And this means that he can get in with both factories and a sushi now. But really, I believe the choice was obvious, because if I even try to block one of the factories, I'll take a bit more damage, but I probably wouldn't try to block anyway because I have so little mana. So losing a factory at this point is actually very bad for me. So he just gets in with everything. So that's 8 points of damage. Going for revenge here. So still no mana. But at least I kept the shadow away. He could have removed my mugs. That would have been nasty. So I wheel. There's no other way. So he bolts me. And there's a sushi, so I think he should have played that sushi perhaps, instead of attacking with both factories. But it's a toss-up. He got a lot of damage in. And oh yeah, I remember this hand. I tried to show it there. It's just mana. So was going for being mana starved to now completely mana flooded. It's just a bunch of lands. So this is a problem. So he attacks with one of the factories so that he can pump it with the other factory, and I can't pump my own because I just recently put it down. So I like to block the sushi instead. At least that brings less damage out. And he puts down a Black Wise and another Black Wise. So that's evil. And I have a full hand, and it's only land, so I can't play any cards faster than I draw them. So I'm stuck with taking damage from 2 Black Wises and like an entire, yeah, a lot of creatures. That'll teach me to shuffle my deck, I guess. So he does the same again. Now if I block with the factory, he can just pump his factory. And I like to do that. But he has a bolt. So now he gets in with everything, and that's game. Well deserved after I snatched a couple of really toss-up victories before. So we decided this was so much fun, so we wanted to make another set. So there's another set with this matchup coming up, and then there's a entirely different matchup after that, like with the composition A against a leprechaun deck. And yeah, I'll talk more about that after the next set. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.